Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That boy. That boy.
What's going on, man?
Finally got him. I finally
Yeah.
got him. What's up, bro?
Nah, shit, man.
How you
Just kicking it,
kicking it?
kicking it.
How you feeling?
Man, blessed, highly favored. Sunday. Shit, can't really complain about too much, man. Just grateful, really, for everything. So,
How life been treating you? Just as far as like, I feel like that's a broad question. Let me rephrase that. How is your everyday mental been treating you? Because we go through battles. We go through. The mind is everything, bro. The
mm-hmm,
mind is powerful. It's
mm-hmm.
the strongest muscle in our body. So
So everything start.
just like, how do you control that? How do you master on strengthening your mind every day?
Well, aside from just you know having quiet quality time, either on my own or like loved ones or anything like that, it really comes from just strengthening and trying to do better with that connection to the man upstairs. I feel like is everything because I can only do so much down here.
Facts.
Um, and I know, some people say that, prayer isn't going to solve anything, but if I can combine my effort with, you know, prayer, I feel like, things always resolve themselves. And I'm not really too much of like a problematic kind of type of person. Like my life doesn't really have a lot of like chaos in it. So when I do get a sense of something coming and, you know, throwing off my balance, I go ahead and just either put that to the side or just get rid of it in general. So
Sure.
everything been good here.
That's good, bro. That's good. So talk about just your upbringing. What's something that for people that don't know Nick, people
Mm.
that want to get to know Nick, what's something that if somebody were to describe you, how would they describe you?
I definitely probably go first word that comes to mind is charismatic, uh, conversationalist,
Absolutely.
um, and just really wholesome. So grew up, both mom and dad in my life.
Amen, bro.
Blessed
Yes.
for it. I grew up two older sisters, so I was the youngest. I was the baby in the family. Um, I just really had a great life, man. Like I can't really just complain too much about it. Grew up in Dallas, moved around in different spots around Beltline, so Duncanville, Cedar Hill, DeSoto, the whole nine. Um, and just my support system was great early on. My parents, my dad in real estate, my mom working 12 hours as a nurse. So I grew up. A lot of my growing up was spent a lot with my sisters. So
Mm,
I really see them not only as sisters, but kind of like role models when I was growing up, and still now to this point because they put me on so much game. And every time I give information to either anybody I know when it comes to like women, I feel like I'm a walking cheat code because I know a little bit of both. Like I'm a man, but at the same time, I grew up in a household full of women,
mm.
and they kind of teach you to be empathetic early on instead of just having to learn that. So, but everything was great, man. I couldn't really complain. I pretty much got everything I wanted and shit like that. So,
So I guess I want to say like most kids don't grow up with two parent households.
yeah.
I know for me, I grew up with uncles and cousins, and
Mm.
my mom, grandmama. Our dad wasn't in our lives. Talk about that, just that two parent household, how beneficial that is, how beneficial that's been to you growing up.
Mhm. So growing up, in real time, in the moment when I was young, I really didn't see it like how I see it now, how like it worked out and how it benefited me, because little things that each of my parents, my mom and my dad were doing, they were kind of like implementing those things that I would kind of need to start to build my foundation as to what type of man I model myself after, and when as it pertains to my mom, how like I want to treat a woman. And I'm big on that. I'm not treating a lady outside of anything I treat to my mom or talk to
Mm-hmm.
them in any type of way. So definitely big on that. It was great. Like I said, I can't really complain too much, and I don't know if it's just that's what's normal to me, so that's what I kind of see. But they taught me so much. They actually ended up splitting up. I think when I was like 10 or 11.
Mm-hmm.
took that super hard, kind of like blamed it on myself at the time. I'm not really sure why, but I feel like when you just like super young, you just kind of resort to like it's my fault, it's my fault. And then went through counseling and stuff like that with my mom and my dad, and after that it was really hard because I was used to everybody being together, but at the same time, like I learned early on in life that relationships sometimes either last to test of time, or they kind of dissolve, but it's really what you make of it. And them not being together doesn't really affect what relationship I have with each of them. So
Was your dad still like? Was y'all still like? Y'all still talk
yeah,
like
we still
daily?
talk.
Okay.
Yeah, we still talk for sure. The only thing I will say is there was kind of a brief time where I didn't really kind of talk much because I'm already pretty much like a chill guy. If you ask like my mom or my siblings or my dad, even like I reach out here and there, like I send a text message, but more times than not, I'm really just kind of to myself, if that makes sense.
Right.
So at
I
a
mean,
point in
yeah.
time, I wasn't really reaching out as much. I want to say like a year or two ago, my sister was like, mom and dad are only gonna be here for so long. Like you
Thanks.
need to not have any regrets if anything unforeseen was to happen. So just put your best foot forward as much as possible. And now I got younger siblings over there. I got two younger brothers and one younger sister. So just trying to be that cool older brother that I always wanted is kind of what type shit I'm on now.
So, do you think um, what your sisters taught you,
Mm,
being that you younger than both of them,
mm.
how has that kind of helped you? I guess kind of be a better older brother to your younger siblings because you don't know what that's like.
Yeah, I don't. So it's crazy because I ain't gonna lie, they put me through hell. Yeah, they bro, I tell a quick story. They put me in a washing machine, no, a drying machine. Excuse me. They put me in the dryer, stood on the back, of the door, and turned that bitch on. So
Younger sibling thing,
you know what
baby.
I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Hmm.
And we not gonna really go into the details. I might have told, you know what I'm saying?
You supposed to though.
I might be a
Right.
rat, you know what
Right.
I'm saying? I'm good for it.
Right.
I just let you know what it is straight up. I'm telling you. So but outside of that, man, they pretty much left uh, an impressionable mark on me as a kid because they really just taught me the game.
Right.
Not even just with, women and people, but just being a nice stand up guy,
Right.
just being a gentleman. Um, there's so many things that they taught me when I was younger that I really didn't know I was applying until I got a little bit older, and
Hmm.
people will ask me like, "Oh, like, why do you do things like this?" or like, "Why are you so unproblematic?" or like, "Why do you carry yourself this way?" And I'm just like, I don't really know. Like when I was younger, my sister was like, "Nah, I ain't gonna lie, nigga, don't do that shit."
Right.
I'm like, "What?"
And now you can teach your younger siblings the same thing. Right.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
got you. I got you. So, parents from Nigeria,
yeah,
both of them.
yeah, both.
Damn. So
Yeah.
you got. So what do you mix with? Like you Nigerian.
hmm
You just fully
I'm just
Nigerian.
100% Nigerian. Just
Damn.
grew up in America. That's
Right.
it.
So do you go visit from time to time?
Yeah, so I've been twice in my life when I was younger, and then when I was I think 14 or 15, and I'm actually going on on May 26th this year. So in a couple weeks from now, I'm going to head out. I just got my visa back, so
Nice.
we good to go.
So that kind of leads me to my next question. What's the
Mm.
difference between being over there in Nigeria and being here
Oh
in
man,
the
I ain't gonna
States?
lie, it's a huge difference. I mean, what are you speaking politically or just traditionally?
Let's go. I want to get in the political part.
Yeah.
Let's go traditionally.
Oh, traditionally, for sure, it's a lot more strict over there.
Okay.
Or I would say they're a little bit more set in their ways over there, because this is where you at, this is what it is, and this is what it's gonna be.
Just no
So
ifs, ands, buts. Like this is like
this
this
is
is
what it
standard,
is.
right?
I mean, if you don't like it, then you can leave.
Right.
The chances and likelihood of you wanting to come back or coming back at all, I don't know how receptive they'll be to that.
Nice.
But that's just kind of how it is. They're very traditional in a sense of, I feel like this is just me personally from what I've seen so far. Very traditional in the sense of, the mom is here doing this, and the father is here doing these things.
Right.
Now, what I will say is a slight difference when you come to America is they still kind of have those concepts and traditions, but they kind of Americanize it a little bit more, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
They kind of learn to assimilate with what's going on here and mixing a heavy portion of what's going on there. So if I had to put it in a percentage of, 100%, I'd say like 65 Nigerian, 35 American, as far as like upbringing and things of that nature. But there are those parents
Right.
who just moved to America, and we not doing this American shit. We just live here.
Right.
We what we was on back then, that's what we on
bringing
now.
our
So
ways to America, basically.
absolutely.
Yes, I got you.
So
I got you. So you got a YouTube channel,
yep,
right?
all time greats.
Yes, sir. Shout out. We're gonna put the link in the description. You know
Appreciate
what I'm saying?
that, man.
Talk about just this process, this slow grind of becoming this full time content creator. Like how is because a lot of people out here make YouTube channels. A lot of people
Yeah.
do. They try to make content, but
Mm-hmm.
I think when they don't see the immediate growth,
Mm-hmm.
they don't see that immediate viewership,
Yeah.
revenue, they stop.
They stop.
What's
Yeah.
been keeping you going?
So there's one thing I would like to say that I had to stop you. I had to correct you on.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not even gonna give myself full time.
Okay.
I can't even do that. I got a lot of respect to the people who out there that do this shit full time on a weekly, daily basis. You're one of those people.
Okay.
So, I have my, my moments where, like let's say for the month of April, in 4 weeks I drop 4 videos.
Mm-hmm.
Going into May, I may not drop another video till late May or possibly early June.
It's not every day.
It's not every day or every week. It's kind of like when I have a sense or urge to kind of do that. And with me, that's why I said I can't really call myself full time.
Right.
Because, sometimes I'll be like, I'm not gonna lie, I don't want this camera in my face.
Right.
I don't feel like doing this. I don't really feel like editing. But more times than not, once the camera starts rolling,
You comfortable, you good.
I'm comfortable. And to comment on the growth of things. So when I first started like All Time Greats, it was originally supposed to be like a podcast format. Me and some of the my friends uh outside of my circle now. I think we started in 2023 of the summer, and it's an idea of like, oh, okay, like let's get a bunch of cool talking points and shit that we like, and put it all into one, and then see how it goes. First episode did like 1.3K or something like that. So phenomenal start. The second videos, third videos, kind of sharing the same similar numbers. And then I took like a long extended break, which I don't know if it was good or bad for me at the time, but that's just kind of what I did. Right. So the momentum definitely slowed down a little bit, and then I kind of switched to kind of one person type of deal, which is just me, and then I incorporate them if and so we were in the same shared space. Right. But wasn't like going out of my way to kind of plan any group projects or anything like that. But
right. So do you have any plans of starting that, like kind of transitioning back into that podcast space? Because I had that problem too, bro. I can't find a niche for real.
Yeah.
On YouTube, like it's a bunch of random videos. It's
Yeah.
not one specific category that'll keep the fans. Okay, what's he gonna do next for that specific? Like a lot of one of my favorite ones is Larry King. He got the gas station video.
Yeah.
Always bringing gas station videos, and they like that. So
Mm-hmm.
what I'm trying to say is like, do you plan on bringing that podcast type back to the channel, because you growing the subscribers?
Yeah, for sure.
And you growing the community, and the community's behind you. So do you feel like you can come back to that podcast space?
I definitely feel like I could come back to that podcast space. It just has to be with the right people.
Right.
I'm not gonna lie, the type of person that I am, especially when I feel like I'm putting a good portion of my time and energy into something. I feel like if it's not being matched, then I feel like why are we doing it at all? So just finding the right group of people around me who have the energy, and the liking towards being in the media space, or just being in a camera or holding a camera. I feel like that's something important, because I just some people I have in my life, everybody's not receptive to be on camera, and I get that. So me trying to pull you into a space that you're not really comfortable with,
It's gonna be hard to
it's
yeah.
gonna be a little
I feel
hard.
that. Mm-hmm.
So like, you know, that's why I was super blessed and, you know, happy that, you know, I met y'all because it worked out brilliantly, and like the relationship was so organic that I didn't figure out till months after that, you know, y'all had a YouTube channel. I just knew y'all were just out here, you know, moving merch and retail space. I was like, oh, okay, you know, I really fuck with it.
Mm-hmm.
The meaning behind the channel 3 is deep. It's not just three brothers.
Mm-hmm.
It actually has a meaning behind it. So, you know, when you have something organic and you put it behind the camera and you still see that it's either the same or that it's even better, it just pushes you to even, you know, to do more with said people. So,
Gotcha. All right. So from what you told me, you an anime lover.
fuck with
You
anime
love
heavy.
anime.
Absolutely.
Give me your top 3 anime series.
All time, or we just doing
All
right
time.
now?
All time.
Well, you know, I gotta go Dragon Ball first.
Absolutely.
RIP to GOAT Akira Toriyama, man. He
Mm-hmm.
really set everything in stone for how it is now.
Mm-hmm.
So Dragon Ball number 1, we'll go One Piece 2, and then, you know, of course, you know, Naruto.
Yeah.
We're gonna go 3.
Would Avatar fall in anime?
Yes,
So
because it's still animated.
right. So I like I see a lot of people anime lists, and Avatar not in that anime list. Why is that? Like, and I'm just asking you because you an anime lover.
Yeah,
And you know more than me. So
yeah.
why do you? Yeah.
You know, I could say it's possibly because that hoe was on Nickelodeon.
Wait,
Uh,
where the anime is? Like, what's the
uh,
series
uh,
on?
what? What do you mean?
Normal anime series. Like they not on Nickelodeon. Like what are they?
Nah, they're not traditionally
Right.
like on like super kid friendly
That makes
TV.
sense. That makes
It's
sense.
usually, you know, when we were younger, like in the early 2000s, you know, that shit would come on Adult Swim,
Right.
Toonami,
Right.
which is just the night version of Cartoon Network.
Right.
But it's not on Cartoon Network.
Oh, that's
So when people think of Avatar, like The Last Airbender, Aang, all them, they think it's kind of like kiddish,
right.
kind of childish a
It,
little
it,
bit.
it can be at times. Yeah.
But the if you really look into that, that's why I be saying like I fuck with anime. If you really look into not only the script but the storyline, the depiction of what they're going through is so applicable to real life. Like the
Hey,
shit
man.
with like Dragon Ball,
Yeah.
like you got an alien Frieza calling Saiyans monkeys.
That's real life shit though.
As it's a white person
Right.
calling a.
Right. I got you. Yeah.
They
Okay.
came over, took you from your planet,
Right.
blew up your spot,
Mm-hmm.
and say you work for me now.
Damn, bro. I
See what
never
I'm
thought of it
saying?
like that. That's
That's
crazy.
is
Okay. 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 I got you. I got you. So, what would be your ideal anime series? Like, say you're a director, right?
yeah.
I want you to give me an anime series. Like, I want you to build one. What would be something that?
First off, it's black.
Yeah. Okay.
I ain't even gonna let you finish. It's gonna be black
Yeah.
based,
Mm-hmm.
and it's not gonna be a predisposition of what, and I hope nobody takes offense to this, but of what the Japanese culture has, the depiction of what we are.
Right.
Typically in anime, most black people are either rapping,
Mm-hmm.
you know, big lips,
Yep.
or
Yep.
kind of just like yo 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 yo
Yeah.
yo 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 yeah yo, and it's not we not really like that.
Right.
So first, it would possibly be based around a black character. I definitely want to start at the very beginning, so I want people to see like the upbringing from, you know, adolescence to, you know, being a child, a teenager. Definitely need to keep the family aspect. Now I could go in so many different paths. I could go in the, you know, not parent, you know, two parent household, or I can keep it how it is.
Mm-hmm.
It just kind of depends on how realistic I really want the story to be. And then
What would be the character's name?
shit. I haven't even really thought about that for real, that far. I would probably lean to some definitely a lot since I'm Nigerian American,
Yeah.
some of the Nigerian Americans. So
I thought you was gonna go for it. Yeah.
yeah, I probably have to do. Oof, there's so many different like. routes that you can kind of go with that. Like, you can just do like, Io. You can name
Mm-hmm.
him Io Mide. Or I honestly might go with just my middle name, Bolu.
Oh, that's hard.
Yeah.
That's hard. That's hard. Okay. Okay. Um, bro, it's been a good one, bro.
Oh yeah,
You
for
know,
sure.
I don't want to keep these episodes long. I want to
Mm-hmm.
keep it authentic as possible. I want to
Mm-hmm.
keep it get straight to the point. Um, kind of look into the camera, bro, and give people. Well, hold on. Let me ask you one more question.
Yeah,
Where
go
do
ahead.
you see yourself in 5 years? What's your What's your end goal? And then 5 years is definitely not the end goal. You're gonna live longer than that. But
For sure.
5 years from
Amen.
now, where do you want to see yourself?
In general, or just like specific parts?
In general.
In general, I'm gonna just keep it fast for y'all. Married, kid,
One kid?
yeah, one.
Okay. Okay.
But that don't mean
That's
that's like,
understandable. I get you. I
yeah,
got you.
that's
I
no,
got you.
no, no, no. That's we're not stopping there.
Mm-hmm.
I plan to do three,
Mm-hmm.
but 2 to 3. But we one by then. Um, 2 homes, one being a rental property and one being primary residence. Real estate business booming, media business booming, content production booming. Um, connection with God strongest, and most important of all, friends and family coming along the journey with me.
Absolutely.
So
Amen, bro. So to wrap this up, bro, look into the camera, give people just some words of encouragement, bro. It's just some real life advice. And again, we don't have the answers. We still young, we still learning. But just from how long? With 27, right? 20
oh, I'm turning 26.
turn 26.
Turning
Okay,
26.
you is my age. I'm tripping.
Yeah.
So you've been 25,
Yeah.
25 right now. So in your 25 years of living,
Mm.
what you've learned, your mistakes, your the goals you've reached, just like the growth you had.
Mm-hmm.
Give people some words of encouragement just going forward if they're going through anything.
Gotcha. Okay. So what I will tell y'all, looking directly to y'all, hopefully touching and speaking to y'all hearts. Take everything one day at a time. I know with things and how they are now compared to how they were 10, 15 years ago, everything is kind of instant gratification. It's kind of like a microwave society. We want everything now. Sit back, take the time, actually figure out what you would like to do and how you would go about it and implement it as such. There's no rush to do anything. Your age doesn't depict what time or where you're supposed to be in life. Just take everything at a day at a time, I would say, and just kind of remember where you were, where you are, where you want to be. And I would say the last thing, and probably the most important thing that I use in my life that, hopefully I could pass to y'all, things can only be so bad. The things that we complain about, holistically and realistically, if you think about it, if you take those same complaints that we have and you ask somebody in a third world country or a country that's just not here in the US or anywhere else where it's people, and you give them those complaints, they would love to have that. So just really cherish what you have and remember a bad day for you is a great day for somebody else.
Amen, bro.
Mm-hmm.
We appreciate you, bro, for stopping by.
I got you, man.
Appreciate you for taking
Always
time out your
love.
day, bro. Love you, bro. You my dog.
Appreciate that, man.
You don't know how much you inspire me, bro, for real. So
Appreciate
I
that, man.
appreciate you. And
Gotcha.
we out, man.
For sure. Love.